Hey guys, it's 10:15 at night and I just finished reconfiguring my fruiting tent outside. Before, I just gonna kind of haphazardly set it up in the middle of my backyard on this very small space at the back of my townhouse. And I just kind of pushed it against the fence so that there's a little bit more space in the middle, just for the future, space economy. And I also noticed that there's some bugs getting inside. Like there were little flies kind of flying around, and I think they're attracted to the scent of the fruiting mushrooms or the mushroom blocks in general because they know that they can eat some of the stuff. So what I did was I put this like wood plank on the floor alongside some like plastic sheeting and rocks on top of it to kind of keep out bugs. There's a corner of it that I haven't gotten to yet, and I still haven't sealed the bottoms. So if you see at the bottom, bugs can still come in through here. So I'm gonna seal that with tape or something else tomorrow. Kind of go all the way around and just, yeah, I'll just monitor it, make sure no slugs get inside. I did notice a few slugs climbing up, so I avoided placing any blocks on the bottom row just so that it's a little bit more difficult for them to come in. I'm gonna be checking back into the fruiting tent every day. Unfortunately, it's the beginning of the fall, but it's still warm enough that there's plenty of bugs. So I just want to make sure that they don't eat my mushrooms before I do. Yeah, but that being said, even after 2 flushes, after I soak the oyster mushrooms, you can see that the phoenix oyster, or the Pleurotus pulmonarius, it's starting to pin for the 3rd time. So definitely something about being outside and getting that soak, fully immersed in water for 24 hours, is allowing the blocks to replenish themselves and re-trigger the pinning. So right now we have 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks pinning, which is a really good sign. I assume that means that the other block's gonna pin as well. So one trick that I learned was kind of putting some sort of masking tape or micropore tape over the face of the block as soon as you harvest it. So what you want to do is you want to, after the 1st or 2nd flush or whatever, when you harvest the mushrooms, you kind of want to clean away the dead debris, at least for oyster mushrooms, and then you want to make sure that you put some sort of tape on top. This is so that the substrate doesn't dry out. So if you don't do this, then the substrate, you usually have fans running in your grow rooms, and the air that's flowing past it will continue to dry out the surface, which needs to kind of rehydrate itself and rest to prepare itself for the next pin set. So if you're growing something like, blue oyster, it'll always pin twice. But I noticed that even then, it helps with the recovery of the block to just kind of use masking tape like this. I don't know that other larger farms do that. Maybe they have get-arounds with just more sophisticated techniques so that they don't have to do this, but just a small tip for anybody who's growing mushrooms at a small scale. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how big these flushes are. Again, my oyster mushroom blocks have been very unproductive, so I've been getting maybe like 70-80% BE, so maybe half of what an experienced grower would get. And I don't know exactly what the problem is, but I'm pretty sure one of them was airflow, so I'm hoping that fruiting some of them outside will prove more advantageous and teach me a thing or two. So yeah, thank you.